Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out 19. I still get questions on that. It's wild, which is cool. If I see them, I do try and answer them because a lot of people ask. But anyway, Lucy Olsen, Iowa, transfer to Iowa to be the woman, the girl, however you want to put it, after Caitlin Clark graduates. And I'll tell you what, that right there impressed me about Lucy Olsen to go from the situation where she was in, where what was she? Oh, I don't have it right in front of me. Third, fourth in the nation in scoring last year, and she decides to go to Iowa to basically replace Caitlin Clark is kind of wild. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Lucy Olsen, how she's doing. Is there a shot that she's going to play in the WNBA? So if we take a look here, Lucy, it was a struggle at the beginning. Maybe struggle is the wrong word, but things weren't exactly clicking. There was an adjustment a period at the beginning of the season, but lately Lucy Olsen has been playing really, really well. She Her scoring average isn't what it was, but I think she's doing more at Iowa, on top of which, she's not shooting as much. But if we take a look at this last 5 games, and I believe when I first looked at this and was thinking about this video after I did Haley Van Lith, the UCLA game wasn't in here. The last 5, the game before, I think she had like 28. So it was like 28, 14, 32, 27, 27, and then 17 against UCLA because unfortunately she had a off shooting night. As you can see, I mean, she was 3 games before 12 of 20, 11 of 19, 8 of 20, and then she shot 5 of 21 against UCLA. Unfortunately, UCLA ranked 3, I believe, for that game, and Iowa took it to overtime before they got absolutely robbed. Absolutely robbed. And if you didn't see that, I will show you that clip in a minute. But also, if you look at those numbers, and this was what I mean about the adjustment period, she's averaging 17 plus for the season. As you can see, she has stepped that up lately and led a late charge for Iowa into the tournament, which is still iffy at now because when we go to the team, I'll show you why. But so she's got her average up to 17.8. And this is what I mean about the adjustment and her taking more arm, right? Average 17.8, shooting 15 shots a game. Last year at Villanova, she took 20.3. But again, if you look at these last few games, right? 20, 19, 20, 15 before that, 21. So I should say 15, 20, 19, 20, 21. And you can see the points 14, 32, 27, 27, 17. So she's upped her offensive game lately, and with Iowa making a late run, hopefully, into the tournament and beyond. So Lucy's been playing really, really well. And I'll show you with Iowa just real quick before we show some Lucy clips I want to talk about. 18-9, 8-8, which is only 11th in the Big Ten, which sounds ridiculous being 11th in the Big Ten. But anyway, what we have here, which is wild, and I'll show you, they had that rough stretch, right? Had a nice start, played some tougher competition, had a rough stretch here of 5 losses in a row. But if you look at their 9 losses, and don't forget, by the way, they beat USC, which included an absolute monster game. Wait, wasn't that included in here, I think? No, so it might have been the USC game before Minnesota. I think she had like 28 or something like that, and obviously had a monster second half in that game as well to lead them to victory. But if you look here, this was the tough stretch, 5 losses in a row. But even then, 18-9, these 9 losses, Iowa has not lost one single game by double digits. They've beaten UCLA. They got robbed against they beat USC, got robbed against UCLA, losing on 2 free throws in overtime. But every one of these games, also right, 10. I'm sorry, I meant 10-point game here, and every single other one is in single digits, right? 2-pointer here. We've got by 8 here, by 5. I think this is like 7, and then we've got 3, and then we've got 1. This is 8, and then the 2-point loss to UCLA as well. So they've got a shot. Before we get into some other stuff, I just wanted to show you real quick in case you haven't seen this, because this stuff gets really, really frustrating. First, here's Lucy talking about, she's talking about the, well, you know what? I'll show it to you first so you know what she's talking about. But here you can see a picture of it. And, right, clearly not a legal screen. I mean, just look at that leg out. Everyone remember the Gabby Marshall and UConn and what went on with that. But this, Lucy trips over that foot, falls to the ground, and they called her for a foul. UCLA hits the 2 winning free throws, and I think we have a look at it here. I'm going to blow this up because this is short, and I'll play it and then slow it down. But you can see right there, see, she falls, and they call that on Lucy Olsen, folks, with 3.8 seconds to go. They call that, but I'm going to slow it down for you, and let's take a look at this. So here we go with the play. Watch this screen. Look at that leg coming out, elbow out as well. You can see, again, there's the position, and watch Lucy falls right, literally foot over foot. She is sliding with her right foot. It connects with the outstretched foot from UCLA. She goes down, and they call that on Lucy Olsen, and they lose to number 3 UCLA by 2 free throws in overtime. Absolutely absurd. And here's Lucy talking about that. She's asked about that play after the game. So we'll take a listen to this, and then I'm going to get into some other stuff from her that I think is impressive.
Walk me through your vantage point of it.
Yeah, well, my free throws obviously haven't been great this season, so I was proud of myself in that moment. I thought that was like, all right, you hit the free throws, we're going to win this game. I think everyone kind of felt that momentum. And then the foul, I just got caught on the screen accidentally. Like, I got hit on a screen, so it bumped me into her. I couldn't really do anything about that, and then I just fell. And then they called a foul for me falling, so I don't know. I guess I was not in legal guarding position, is what they said, so I guess it makes sense. It's just frustrating because you just hit that and then you send them to the line. Yeah, so it's just a frustrating end of the game, but that's all part of it, so you gotta learn from it.
Okay, first, can I say, and again, I mean this kind of tongue-in-cheek, okay? Can we stop being so nice at times? I mean, really? No, I'm like I said, it's sort of tongue-in-cheek. That's part of the appeal, one of the reasons a player like Lucy is so popular. And I get press conference, she's got to do it and all, but sometimes I watch stuff like this, and I just wanted to let rip because, look, you saw it. Everyone in the world saw it. That was clearly not a foul on Lucy Olsen. And don't even get me started on this. You weren't in a legal guarding position. That is an official literally saying, hey, guess what? I'm in UCLA's pocket, and I'm going to do what I can to make sure they win, and there's not anything you can do about it because I will not be punished for my bad calls. I don't know what else to say about that because look, I've officiated. Anyone who's officiated basketball knows how tough it is, but calls like that, I have no explanation other than missing it on purpose. But anyway, let's get back into, I want to look at some stuff from Lucy here. So this is just a scramble leading to a bucket at the end of the quarter. But one thing I want to show, and I'm going to point out in some other ones that I really like about Lucy's game, if we can see it. Yeah, I'm gonna back that up just a little bit. Let's go from here and slow it down because this is rare in the women's game. Something that I really like that I think is important that you just don't see that much is watch how, first of all, the height, but look at Lucy there. Look at her height on this jump shot. This is what you call this is a legit jump shot. She's not shooting on the way up. She's not releasing the ball, starting her shot from her stomach and releasing it before it even gets to her face, maybe from her chin. She is up in the air. She's releasing at the peak of her jump, and the ball is actually, in her case, above forehead. Like I would say at least you want that forehead height, but she's got it above that. It makes it very, very difficult to defend, and you just don't see it a lot in the women's game. Great release, and she does this a lot. Now, she doesn't shoot it quite like that on threes, but she still has a much higher release than you're used to seeing, which I think is really important. So we're just going to run through some stuff as I just kind of talk about her game. She's very good, again, with the dribble, with the ball. She can go, as you can see there, she can go left or right. She loves this mid-range jumper that she gets to, that she absolutely seems to love to shoot and shoot really well. Now, there's the three. Hold on. I want to back that up just a second. I know some people are going to yell at me for that, but I think if you can see it here, even though she doesn't shoot the pure jump shot, I went back way too far. You can see on the release that she still has a pretty high release compared to most players for that three-point shot, right? You can see right there, and she's really quick with it. She gets full extension with her body. She's not bringing it up from the waist. It's at her head, and boom, it's gone. Nice follow-through. Again, ISO, Lucy can take players on 1v1. She loves to get in that middle area and hit those mid-range. Again, she's going left. Stop. And that's what I mean about how important that is. You cannot, before she does this one, you cannot take or make that shot unless you have that ability to get up in the air with that high release at the peak of your jump. If you're going left like that and the defender has her covered the way they do, you cannot, with your right hand, turn and release that without getting up in the air and making it a low point release either. It's a really effective part of Lucy's game that I like. There's a nice smooth step back right there from Lucy Olsen as well. Gets the ball, goes to the bit. See, same thing. I know I've just said it like 6 times now, and they're showing a lot of it, but I love her mid-range game. I love her ability, as you see here, boom, can get to the basket. Left hand. Really well done. I think Lucy Olsen, for me, not talked about enough in terms of, hey, you know what? And again, high release. Did you see the high release on the 3 there? And another one, high release. She has a really nice looking shot. I love Lucy Olsen's game. Will it transfer? I don't know. It's weird to me watching her play. Saw some of her games at Villanova last year, and yet no one seems to be talking about it. Look at that shot. Are you kidding me? All right, flashes of Michael Jordan. Again, quick step, and then she's going to pull up. Also, very Allen Iverson-like, too. Allen had a great mid-range game like that where he used his ability to drive and the threat of the drive to get all these open mid-range jumpers. But I don't know why. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know why Lucy is. I'm not saying she's a sure thing. I don't think any basketball players, NBA or WNBA, are sure things from college to pro. Maybe 1 or 2 here or there. Cooper Flag might be. But just this showing just not being talked about at all as even a first-round pick, which is really odd to me. So anyway, I actually have more to show, but I'm going to leave it there for now because I've been talking for a while. But I just wanted to put out, again, like I did with Haley Van Lith, someone with good defense by Lucy Olsen, and then boom, she's going to get out and run. And there it is. There's the pull-up jumper. See how high she shoots that? Nice shooter's touch as well. Lucy Olsen's just, I really, really like her game. I think she does a lot. There it is again. I think she does a lot of things really well. And I do hope that she gets an opportunity to play in the WNBA and see if she can improve herself. I think the WNBA's got to do a better job at looking at talent and developing talent and not having this closed-off system that's a club where only certain people are allowed to play, even if they're not necessarily the best players for the league. So we got to start making it a lot more about talent, and we'll see if that happens. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I thought I wanted to talk about Lucy Olsen, especially considering she jumped into Iowa to replace Caitlin Clark for 1 year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You think she has a shot of making it in the WNBA? We shall see, right? I think she should get a shot. Let me put it that way. But let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you checking this out. As always, of course, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.